Okay, so we're just going to do one more here tonight. And this is the narrative for March 9th, the following day after March 8th. I guess that makes sense. We got up in the morning and we wanted to be on the road fairly early. So we had a lot of stuff packed and we went down to Raglan's Roast and got our coffee and to La Poche Patisserie and got our pain au chocolat, however it's pronounced.
Yeah.
And then went back and headed out of town. And
before we headed out of town, we did take pictures of the lumber trucks because they're so impressive. The port is just not far down the street from where the B&B is, Airbnb is. And so these lumber trucks are going by all the time, taking lumber to the port. And they, one of the people we met at one point in the at the coffee place said that those logs are exported all over the world. So it was just very interesting to see these trucks. They just go whizzing by like every 10 minutes or so. There's so much lumber that's leaving New Zealand. So.
Right. And up in the northern part, it's almost all the Monterey pine, Pinus radiata, which is planted in monoculture everywhere. And Terry took pictures where you can see where they just go in and clear cut an area because it's all Pinus radiata. They wait until the trees get to a certain size and then clear cut them. Not the best agricultural process, but it's what they do. Anyway, so we drove over a lot of hills, small mountains, and came to a place called Havelock. Havelock is the green-lipped mussel capital of the world. And what did we do? We ate green-lipped mussels, fixed all sorts of ways.
And these mussels are pretty big. Yeah, so we had them deep fried. We had them steamed and put in like a sauce, cream with cream and wine. We had them marinated and smoked and non-marinated. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we had them
with cheese melted on top
and broiled with chili sauce on them.
Right. So we had,
lots
of different choices of green-lipped mussels. And we ate until we were stuffed.
Right. And it was a package for 2. Green-lipped mussels for 2. So that's what we did.
And then we drove on, and we drove to the Omaha Aviation Heritage Centre because they have these great displays of warbirds, planes from the First and Second World War. The collection from the First World War was almost exclusively donated by Peter Jackson, who did Lord of the Rings, and the World War II portion was by other people and organizations. And Peter Jackson's group, and I forget what it's called, that does a lot of the movie things, helped build all these dioramas. So there's really just some beautiful and gorgeous dioramas there.
Yeah, that the planes are set within. If I can give an example, one is a picture of a garden party and a flyer. And what happened is this flyer, and I think he was from New Zealand, which is why they featured him, had been in a dog fight over England, and had been in a dog fight and had been injured and was able to land his plane near this estate in England. And after confronting the gardener and letting him know he was the Royal Air Force, they invited him to a cocktail party they were having. So here's this injured flyer at a cocktail party in England. Injured New Zealand flyer at a cocktail party in England.
And there was a doctor at the party?
Yeah.
That helped, mend up some stuff for him.
Stitch his wounds in his head.
And then sent him a bill afterwards.
But anyway, there were a lot of interesting stories about people.
Right.
And flyers, some of the famous flyers.
And some great planes, some really extraordinary planes.
Mm-hmm.
One is one of the World War II planes was a Mosquito, which was thrilling to me. Anyways.
And there was also the stories about the Red Baron.
Right, lots of stories
who
about
died
the Red Baron.
in the war. And his brother was also followed in his footsteps and was on his way to have almost as many kills as his brother. And then he died in the war. So, kind of sad, actually, what war can do. But these were the first pilots that were getting into dogfights.
Well, then after the museum, we went to our new Airbnb, which is where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a cottage set right behind the owner's house of this small boutique winery. It's just a few acres. What, 5 acres?
6 acres, I
6
think.
acres. And it's got this beautiful river running through it, and it's called Gibson Bridge Winery, and he specializes in Pinot Gris, and he's in love with the process. So he does these beautiful wines. Matter of fact, he gave us one.
Yeah, he gave us a reserve wine.
Yeah.
It was in our refrigerator.
And so that's where we are. We're sitting by the Omaha River, which flows just outside of our window here.
Yeah, literally.
And it's got long-finned eels in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got vineyards around us. This is a gorgeous place. So that's it for tonight, I think.
Yeah.
Is there anything that I've forgotten?
I can't think of anything.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Well, then, good night.
Love you. Good night.